Trump isn't happy with the results of last night's redistricting vote in Virginia. In a post on Truth Social, the president called the election, quote, rigged. He also said the language on the referendum was, quote, purposefully unintelligible and deceptive. Tonight, Democrats are celebrating the win that could shift power in the House of Representatives. The ballot measure passed by a thin margin, less than 90,000 votes. Our Matthew Torres is joining us in the studio after hearing from lawmakers on both sides of this issue. Matthew, this is a big win for Democrats that could set a new precedent, but it's not over yet.
That's right. Democratic State Senator Luis Lucas says this is not only a message that's being sent to President Donald Trump, but to other states who may be concerned about joining a fight to also stand up. Meanwhile, there's been fierce criticism from critics who say this is a huge disservice to the Commonwealth.
It's been a victory lap for top Democratic leaders in Virginia after voters approved to redistrict the Commonwealth, possibly giving Democrats a 10-to-1 advantage in the U.S. House.
All we do is win, 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 no matter what.
Supporters who voted yes say it's a referendum on President Donald Trump and his policies.
Do you want to bring some stability back to America? That's what the election was about last night.
Governor Abigail Spanberger says it's the right move to counter Republican states redrawing their maps ahead of the midterm elections.
And we want to respond to what we see other states doing at the request of this president.
The special election is the most expensive referendum in Virginia's history, with $83 million raised through April 10th between both sides. The Democrats raised the most with $62 million.
The painful reality for the opposition is that the money could have been better spent. Right now, in Virginia, this was a winnable contest.
But the constitutional amendment is still being challenged in the Virginia Supreme Court. Democratic U.S. Representative James Walkinshaw is confident the congressional map will pass this legal hurdle.
I think it would be a terrible mistake for any court, whether it's a state court or a federal court, to overrule the voters, essentially.
I think if it was a 60-40 blowout election, I think the Supreme Court would let it ride, but I think they have to take it up based on how close it is.
Republican State Senator Bryce Reeves of Culpeper and Fauquier County says despite the Democrats' hefty price tag to campaign for a power grab, the close results prove the previous 6-5 map was fair enough. He says his constituents also feel the ballot question to temporarily adopt new congressional districts to, quote, restore fairness in the upcoming elections was deceiving.
They feel like they got conned when they read that, you know, these are Republicans who don't want to be unfair to Democrats, and they read it as bring fairness back. I will tell you, rural Virginia is angry.
Well, while we are waiting to see what happens in the court, there are state officials already planning to run for the newly redrawn districts. Those who are already in office must run again come November if the maps become official. Annie.